today we are in the Old Colonial Cemetery in Metuchen, Middlesex County, New Jersey. This cemetery, which was once and still remains part of the First Presbyterian Church here in Middlesex County, contains the graves of over 60 American Revolutionary War Patriots. Let's check it out. So as we stand along the busy main street on the intersection of Woodbridge here in Middlesex County, Metuchen, we're right outside the Old Colonial Burial Ground here in town, and right out in front along the street is a plaque honoring all the Revolutionary soldiers and patriots who are buried in the cemetery. It is worth noting that of the 66 Revolutionary War veterans buried here, at least 24 were believed to be members of the Presbyterian congregation. And at the end of the video here, we'll have a gallery slide photo shoot in which every name, story will be, and description will be featured, so that viewers may be able to pause and peruse the details of their service. God bless all these New Jersey Patriots. Most of them were in the militia, but many were in the Continental Line as well. Middlesex County, northern New Jersey. Alright, and so this is the current building being used by the congregation. This building dates to the 1830s, 1835. The congregation first gathered here in 1717. That was the first meeting house, first group of Presbyterians that came here and settled. Much like in Freehold, New Jersey, down in Monmouth County, they were most likely Scots-Irish. And eventually, in 1756, they incorporated and became their own congregation. At first, they were attached to the one in Woodbridge, we're basically in Woodbridge, but even though this is in Metuchen, it was another church. And then they split up and became their own. And in 1835, this building was built, or at least modernized. And on the top, it says 1717. I guess honoring the originating year of the congregation. So there are many very well preserved colonial era and early American gravestones in this cemetery. These grounds, during the time prior and during the American Revolution, are believed to be the original site of the Presbyterian meeting house, and many Revolutionary War veterans are buried here. And right up the road in 1777, the Battle of Short Hills was fought, in which many members of the congregation participated, either as members of the New Jersey Continental Line or the Middlesex County Militia. And that was part of the 1777 campaign, in which General Washington was trying to determine where William Howe would strike and maneuver his troops. It was kind of a feint action here in New Jersey. And then several months later, Howe would sail south towards the Head of Elk and march towards Philadelphia by land, eventually resulting in the battles of Brandywine and Germantown, among others. But locals here played a prominent role in the Revolution at Short Hills, before and after, and they are all very well worth remembering. Here is a grave originating from the 1770s in memory of Lewis Evans Sr., who departed this life October 23rd, 1776, in the 32nd year of his age. Oppressed by the hand of sore disease, in pain I wandered on, till God, my Savior, armed with love, in mercy called me home. As usual in my cemetery visits, I don't feature every grave in video description, although I will try to get as many on photograph to feature in the end. Closing gallery. This one is a notable description that is certainly worth featuring in a video. In memory of Charlotta, wife of Ezekiel Ayers and daughter of Matthew and Margaret Freeman, who died June the 12th, 1793 in the 36th year of her age. A unique design for the time. With heavenly weapons I have fought the battles of the Lord. Findeth my course and kept the faith and the future and the sure reward. Finished my course and kept the faith and the future and the sure reward. Rest in peace, miss. In memory of Ursula Manning, wife of Colonel Phineas Manning, who departed this life April 23rd, 1806 in the 46th year of her age. Lord, what is man? The offspring of the dust. He appears for a moment and rejoices something of life, then is cut down and withered in an hour. It's chipped, so it's hard to read the full description, but rest in peace. And here, yet another reminder of the fragility of life in early America and the high mortality rate, especially amongst children and infants. Here is Sally Maria, daughter of Dr. Nathaniel and Eliza Manning, who died June 26, 1808, aged 3 years, 7 months, and 20 days. And Eliza, daughter, who died July 10, 1808, only weeks apart, aged 1 year, 6 months, and 27 days. Two lovely babes cut off in early bloom lie here, concealed beneath this mournful tomb. Life is truly precious. Another beautiful inscription on this stone, which is 1830s. Memory of Martha, widow of Ephraim Morris, who died June the 1st, 1833 in the 82nd year of her age. Why do we mourn departing friends, or shake at death's alarms? 'Tis but the voice that Jesus sends to call them to his arms. Why should we tremble to convey their bodies to the tomb? There the dear flesh of Jesus lay, and he left a longer perfume. And so here are two graves decades apart. This is Phoebe, the wife of Ephraim Mundy. And this is her son Isaac, who died in 1781 at only 17. And she lived to almost 70 and died in 1806. And both beautiful stones, and tragic here that her son perished so young. But the reason why I bring it up is because if you notice, the name Mundy is spelled here, M-U-N-D-Y, and then here on his stone is spelled Monday, M-O-N-D-A-Y. And my colleague pointed out that it is most likely because of the pronunciation of the last name and early American English accents in the Mid-Atlantic. And you may even hear older individuals who are still living today sometimes may say the word Monday or Tuesday or whatever. Instead of saying it that way, they would say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. My grandfather, may he rest in peace, God rest his soul, would say the words the same way. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and etc. And it appears here that on these stones, whoever was told to carve the first one was told the name was Mundy, but yet spelt it Monday. And then decades later, when Miss Phoebe passed away, it was spelled M-U-N-D-Y. So just an interesting little tidbit, linguistic tidbit. So this concludes our video. This has been the Old Colonial Cemetery, part of the First Presbyterian Church in Metuchen, Middlesex County, New Jersey. God bless all our American patriots. Thank you so much for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time on Patriot Paths. Have a wonderful day.